Everyone, welcome back in. Thank you guys for being here. If you're new, please hit that subscribe, hit that like for me. I appreciate you for being here so much. Another episode of Through the Mail Autographs. Today, I wanted to talk about some hobby goals. I was getting a bunch of different stuff organized and sorted for 2025 and how I was going about it. For the longest time, it's been doing a lot of player runs, but there's some people that I'm not going to be able to do a player run of. For example, like Sandy Alomar Jr. So I'm fortunate enough to have this Rookie of the Year auto signed card, and I just recently picked up a box of Score 91. So I'm going to be putting together um, a collection of Score 91 cards, as well as another box that I'm waiting on to get in the mail, hopefully this next week, which will be 1987 Topps complete set. So I'm going to be going after 87 Topps and Score 91 as part of my 90s and 80s autograph sets. They'll be partial sets, of course, a lot, but they'll be pretty stacked with different players that I need to get. And one of the other things I'm going to be doing, I'm going to go ahead and make a video of, well, you guys can't see it too well in this camera, but I'm showing here some 62s. I'm going to grab some pages, put together a binder of the different guys that I don't have player runs of, but I've got their autos, and I think that will be that will make things a little bit easier on me, so I can knock out some more of my collection and get a lot more of my collecting goals for 2025 complete. Here, then I've got Eric Davis on an 87, and some other guys that are a little bit harder to get. So for these guys that I don't have a player run of, um, or even a partial player run of, I'm going to be putting together a set like this in the pages. So 87 Topps, 91 Score, and I'll also probably have some 88 Donruss, and then 62 Topps, 55 Bowman. Those are some of the ranges of the partial sets that I'll be working on knocking out, and then focus will be on getting those halfway completed or as much completed as I can. In my hand right here, I've got uh, 50 1962 Topps ball cards autographed. So with that, I'm going to be put those up like in a short. I'll put them over here on my channel and show off all those ones. Let's take this back here, and then I'm about to show you guys the TTM stuff that I got back. Um, Here's my 62 Orlando Cepeda. Of course, Cepeda passed away before I got to get this one signed. I wanted to showcase this Topps Heritage Paul Revere card. So Paul Revere looks identical to Jack Black. That's why Paul Revere and Jack Black. If a movie comes out about Paul Revere, please put Jack Black in it. A younger Jack Black right there. They could de-age him. I got the AI. Oh, you guys see that Jay Buhner was signing recently? I think he got inundated with autograph requests too. But I always loved this card. They had this in the sports. This was on Newsweek or Sports Illustrated. This famous picture right here. It went all over the place. It was back in the day before they used the term viral. It's just an awesome picture. It's him and his son biting on the bat. And then I made this custom right here. So I want to send him. He's doing one per signature. He's super tough to get. Um, I hope that he's going to do like Cecil Fielder and start doing TTMing regularly now. But he's new to TTMing just recently. Um, he did it a long time ago for just a brief window. And this might be his brief window right now. So I was hoping to send out maybe this as a gift card, his custom that I made, and then ask if I can get his signature on the other card and see if he would like that or not. There's the back, nickname Bone. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought this would be pretty cool, and I want to get the 91 Score signed, and I would love to get this signed too, because I also have a subset of kids, ball players and their kids collection. I've got kids and ball players cards, and the nice thing about that is I did get to get the Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was nice enough to sign for me 8 cards in 2022 or 2023, whatever that was, and he signed the ones with him and his son too. All right, so let me go ahead and get into the TTM stuff. Um, on this custom 1960 style card that I made, Frank Funk with the Cleveland Indians. A little bit about Funk. Funk's best season was in 1961 when he posted a win-loss record of 11-11 and led the Cleveland Indians with 11 saves, appearing in 56 games. Two of his victories, both recorded in May, involved pitching over 7 innings per game in relief during 15-inning games against the Orioles. His debut was 1960. So you guys know I do um, my rookie cards that never were series, right? So that's what this is, a rookie card that never was. So that's one of the things I do as well with my customs is give everyone a rookie card um, that didn't get a rookie card, so he didn't have a 60 rookie card. And his final appearance was 1963 for the Milwaukee Braves. He had 150 strikeouts, and he played with the Indians and the Braves for his career. Here's his 61 tops. Here's his 62. And here's his custom 66. Frank Funk. All right, next up I got, this is one that everyone in the community is sleeping on, and I'm really not sure why, but Jim Mahoney. I don't see him come back often from the TTM community anyway. Jim Mahoney here on this 1959 custom that I made. He had a debut in 1959 for the Boston Red Sox. Jim was signed by the Philadelphia Phillies before the 1953 season, but back then when they did the bonus baby deals, they also had these players just sitting on the bench in different teams, so they didn't get to actually play, or even some of them that didn't even go through the farm system as much. They just had them kind of just sitting in limbo because they already had their squads or their teams filled at those times. So they would come out and they would let these players just, kind of idle about, but they would do different stuff, odd jobs. They'd come back through farm systems kind of things, triple A or double A or whatever. They had them going back and forth, all while these guys were, either in college getting their college degrees, or whether they were working all these odd jobs like at the gas station or doing painting. Different time, right? The Washington Senators he played with back in 61, the Cleveland Indians in 62. Mahoney was the first player ever to appear as a pinch runner in the Senators' history. Jim Mahoney. And then he later on started doing coaching. And here's my 1960 custom style. Looks great with that beautiful black ballpoint pen. And then I'm super pleased with the 61 custom that I did. That just came out fantastic. And then this is a huge one for my collection as well. I just love getting these coaches cards. Johnny Sane dual sig with Jim Mahoney. So really, really happy to get this epic card back. Always love to get the dual sigs, triple sigs, quad sigs are even tougher, but I love all those cards. Speaking about dual sig, I've got to send this one out to Steve Trout next. Signed 1987, Ron Say, Cubs leader card there. Really nice to have it autographed and do. Like I said, I'm putting together a partial set of the guys that I don't have player runs of for the 87 tops. So some of the guys I'm going to go after would be like the bigger names or the harder to get guys, so that I can round off a lot of my collection and have it more centered and completed off for myself. So I don't make it too tough for myself trying to do player runs of players that I'm not going to be able to ever fully finish. 1960, we have Ed Hobaugh here on the White Sox. Hobaugh was signed with the White Sox back in 1956 and threw a no-hitter in Class B 3I League during his professional season. He then spent 2 years from 57 to 58 serving in the U.S. Army. After he toiled away at Triple-A level for the Chi Sox in 59 to 60, he was selected to the Senators in the 12th round of the 60 expansion draft. Hobaugh spent the full season of 61 and 63 as a member of the Washington's Major League pitching staff. So his first debut game was actually 1961. So there's his 1960 rookie card, and like I was just saying, these guys had to go into whether they were joining the military, working on degrees, or stuck in these different scenarios where they had to go through the farm teams, or they just kind of just stuck in limbo for a little while waiting to uh, get into rotation on one of these teams. And that also, I believe, is what happened with guys like Wade Boggs, if I'm not mistaken. Guys that could have had way more hits or way more home runs in their careers if they were able to be called up a little sooner. There you have Ed Hobaugh on the 1960 Custom. I like the way that this Senators card came out. Here's his 61. Here's a 61 Custom I did. Here's his 62. Love to see that. The beautiful 62 just come out really fantastic, and I always loved that wood grain border right there. So I'm going to put that with my stack of 50 50 plus 1962 tops. There's a 63, another 63, and custom, and finally a ballpoint custom on the 1960 style. All right, so there's a full player run for myself on Ed Hobaugh. Next up, I got another player run going here. This is of Redlegs pitcher Jay Hook. And on April 1962, Hook became the first winning pitcher in Mets franchise history, tossing a complete game 5-hitter in New York's 9-1 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates at Forbes Field, giving the team its first victory after 9 defeats in a row. That was crazy. His MLB debut was 1957. However, he didn't have a ball card until 1960. So here's my 57 custom for the rookies that never were. Here's my 58. That really came out nice. Here's my 59. And here is my actual 60. Here's his rookie card right there, 1960. Here's his 61. Here's a 62 custom. This one celebrates with Casey Stengel celebrating the victory that the Mets finally had after their 9 defeats in a row. They were finally able to get their first win, and Jay Hook got them there. And he was awarded this prize, the first win ball, and they had it put into a little trophy case, and M. Donald Grant brought it out to him. It was an on this day moment back in '67. And then there's one of my customs of Buddy Gilbert and Jay Hook dual signature. So that came out really fantastic. Shout out to Jay Hook and all his compliments. This will complete my player run of Jay Hook. Up next, we've got legendary pitcher, and I think is he 100 now? Bobby Shantz, TTM legend as well. MLB debut May 1st, 1949. Bill Greason and Bobby Shantz, of course, being two of the last players who have played in the 40s and 50s, early 40s and late 40s and 50s, early 50s, I should say, to still be living, and they're fantastic signers. There's my custom 49 rookie of Bobby Shantz, part of my rookies that never were collections of customs. And this next one is a custom 62 because he didn't have a 62, but I thought that would look really cool if he had the Cardinals uniform. So that came out pretty neat. And last, I've got another 62 here. You kind of see a theme going here with the 62s. This one of Jose Tartabull, 1962 rookie card there, father of Danny Tartabull. He does have a fee, but I think it's really small, and I can't recall what I sent him. $5 or something? I'm not really sure. Or $3? Either way, I'm glad to have gotten Jose Tartabull back, and Danny Tartabull I'm going to be sending out to him as well pretty soon. So I'm going to go put this over here in my 62 collection, and I'm going to use this one, I guess, just in my other part of the binder because I don't think I'm going to be able to go after a Tartabull run. And then I'm going to use these. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my 62s. Then I'm going to cut this out and to make it a short with music. So it'll be on the thing. There you have Bobville, Craig Anderson, Tribe Hill Trio. Just got this finished off with Jim Perry, Dick Stigman, and Barry Latman. Then you have Ken Aspromonte, Joe Amalfitino, Jerry Walker, Don Tosick, and he was really great. He said that my customs were so good I could be working at Tops, and I really appreciated that. And he requested like 7 or 8 or something like that, different cards, and I sent those out to him. Mel Roach, Ken McBride. Oh, this card is so sharp, except it's got a tiny ding down at the bottom where it got smushed in a little bit. Billy Moran with the All-Star inscription. I love that card. You can see the crease at the top, and the edges are just so smooth and sharp. Bob Oldis, Hector Lopez. What a great signer he was. Ray Herbert, Ron Hansen, Don Farisi. He just recently passed away too. Wonderful signer, and I had him on my Facebook friends. Elroy Face, Pittsburgh legend. I love Elroy Face and his signature and all he's done for the game of baseball, as well as his. He also did a music. He had a musical career, just like I was recently. Mike Schmidt said that Jack McDowell had a musical career with a band, and I really didn't know that. Chuck Case again, Wayne Cossey, Jackie Brandt, Frank Bowling, Ray Washburn, Don Schwall, Danny Murphy, Jim Cott, Jim Gentle, Johnny Edwards. He has another really great 62 ball card. I'm going to try to get that when I can. Jim Duffalo, Paul Brown, Bobby Bolin, Marty Kutnya, Carol Hardy, Phil Regan, and Ed Hobaugh, which I just showed off earlier. And then I'm going to show this custom here, Galen Cisco. Now I do also have some more 62s. I'm going to go ahead and stop it there, and I'll showcase those 62s in tomorrow's video at the end of the TTM collection. Appreciate you guys for being here. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you again tomorrow. Be safe, stay well, God bless always. Later on.